Storytelling Ron here for Star Wars RPG. I want to talk about gear, salvage, loot, booty, treasure, whatever. You can do your own gear really simple, very, very simple. Okay, here's how it works. Go based on the mechanics of the game, based on encumbrance, soak value, the different skills. You can put a piece of gear in there that really just affects a skill or a roll. You know what I mean? So you can come up with anything. If you meet a game, if they defeat a bunch of thugs, they could see that one of them has a gang symbol. So that could add a boost die to Streetwise. See, that's a treasure. And just for that area or for that specific gang, you can kind of, every time they show this little symbol or have it hanging around their neck, it could give them a bonus to coercion, or a boost die to coercion, depending on where they're at and if they know the game. You know what I mean? You could do anything like that. They could find a tablet that has a core world information, and inside a Wikipedia on the core worlds. That'll give them a boost die to the roll. And if it's a really good one, it could give them raise it by 1 rank. That's a piece of gear. There could be one on a tablet based on the Outer Rim. Or based on xenology, they could find a tablet that has info on xenology, or they could buy it. They can go into the store. We sell tablets for all all knowledge skills. You know what I mean? That's how simple that this is. Charm. They could find a really cool dress. They see some great dresses there that look great, or a suit. For that area. And it sort of ties in with that culture in that area. So that'll give, what I mean? That's gear. That's a item you can get. Everything, computers. You get a nice computer, or a slicer or whatever. So think of it that way. Every one of these can give you, or even athletics, right? Wearing my raggedy, fleecy stuff, or wearing a set of Under Armour clothes. See, they can get, what I mean? If they buy that at the store, they could get a boost die. I would say for if you're wearing like Under Armour stuff, and I do feel it. There's a big difference, by the way, when I work out or do something. I haven't worked out in a while, but when I work out, there's a big difference between wearing raggedy clothes and then wearing Under Armour. You get a better workout in your own. You know what I mean? Or even wraps. Like you could do a brawn wrap. For brawn, that they if they wrap it around the wrists and their knees and then they get maybe a boost die for every brawn roll that they do. That could be something unique, and maybe it's a setback though for every agility, or whatever. It's because they're doing strength stuff, not fast, whatever. So that's how you can do all this stuff. You can make gear like when you're creating an encounter or an area, you could literally have your character sheet out and then think of gear that you want them to discover. Aside from the regular stuff you got in the books, but you can make up your own little interesting little pieces of gear that they discover, and definitely make them minor. You don't want to get too crazy with the gear because or too powerful with the gear. You want maybe a boost die, or if it does give them a skill rank or an extra ability just in that area. Just on that planet or just for that gang or whatever that area, you can get that. Also, for weapons, right? For instance, for a slug thrower, you could just have a slug thrower that's it's cumbersome 2. Maybe now it's cumbersome 1. Just like a little extra change like that. Or crits go down to 4 now instead of 5. Or damage is 8 instead of 7. Or the range is long now. It's a sniper slug. It's a really. So you can come up, and then think of and familiarize yourself with all the item qualities and how they can do different things. Like accuracy, you can add a boost die or to the weapon, or 2 boost die. If it's really good, or has a telescope or something. And then the pierce thing, which reduces soak. So you could add another pierce depending on. And what I like to do too is I sold them for because they're really poor. So bullets, they my daughter, who's in our game, I'm playing family with the Star Wars right now. They do bullets. So I sold them like 7 bullets, and each bullet gave her an extra boost die for her shooting. And they were 10 credits each. Sold by the junkyard guy. I make bullets for the slug throwers that are really good. You know what I mean? Just simple stuff like that you can do to enhance their game. Make encourages them to want to get more stuff. And always little upgrades. And try to either make them low bonuses or like the bullets, they're expendable. they use them up kind of a thing. Especially when they're a lower level, you definitely want to have them use up things, when they get it. They could, maybe an overcharged fuel cell that gives them an extra damage to their laser pistol, but it only has 5 shots, and then the fuel cell is done, and you got to replace it with another one, or it only work for one encounter, and then that fuel cell will burn out after that, and then you got to change it out, something simple like that, just that they could buy, and that's 100 credits, for that fuel cell, that overcharged fuel cell. So that's basically it on that. Obviously some major ones would be to change these, but I would probably stay away from those. That would probably be higher level, like cybernetics or whatever. Encumbrance, obviously, you get a backpack, adds 5, adds a 5 encumbrance or whatever. You can get those kind of things. I think that's already in there actually. But the soak value factors, the encumbrance factors, are ones you can do. Obviously defense, you could purchase stuff or have stuff of, shield belt, a shield ring, man. That's really cool. Really high nobility has a ring that adds 1 to shield, or maybe to melee, or maybe to range, or maybe to both. So that's how you can just do gear. Any kind of gear that just has a little, change to the skills and the factors in the gameplay. Same with ships. That's the same thing. Anything that does die rolls, you can change the with gear, in a sense. So keep it simple. Don't get too crazy, because after a while it can get a little too much. And that's it. That's my just basic take on doing gear and finding loot, like getting them excited about searching around, looking for loot. Or definitely trying to trade to get credits so they can buy little cooler slug thrower, little cooler light blaster, pistol or whatever, a little cooler, build it up. Build up the excitement in that. And I like to do it that way. It's like slow build ups of the characters. All right. Hope this was helpful. And that's, yeah. Okay.